I'm just going to say it. And if I get cancelled in the comments, fine. Poles and Latinos are very, very similar. The only difference between Warsaw and Latin America is that here it's freezing and your grandma's weaponized pierogi instead of empanadas. Prove me wrong. Hola mi gente, Siema guys, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you survived Feshmigus Dingus and you didn't drown during Easter. Now, before we get into the proof of why Poles are secretly Latinos, we need to talk about my life, of course, because masacra, literally. If you follow my Instagram, you know that I'm going on my first solo trip to Thailand. And logically, I bought some new gear. And you know what I bought? I bought sandals. Guys, what the heck? I opened that box and I screamed. I need you to understand how ugly these shoes are. When I opened the box, I was shocked. I put them on and my entire Latino swagger, it just vaporized. I literally look like a Polish uncle named Janusz walking to the beach in 1998. Every time that I've told anyone that I'm doing my first solo trip to Thailand, they were like, you know that you could have tried for your first solo trip like to Krakow or like Germany, but no, to be honest, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know why I decided to go on my first solo trip to Thailand, literally the other side of the world. But here we are, there's nothing else we can do. But you know what my manager, Gemini, told me? Gemini said, hack them, they are lepsher for your feet. Basically, they are the best thing for your feet ever. So I'm hacking them, my fashion sense is definitely dead, but my feet will survive the jungle and all the streets of Bangkok. Have you guys ever traveled completely alone? Not with friends, not with family, just you and your thoughts. Because I'm literally terrified. But wait, listen to this for a second. Do you hear that? That is Warsaw right now. It's so warm, it's sunny, and everyone is outside. It feels almost like home. And packing for the sun now to Thailand made me realize something about the people here that tourists always get wrong. When I tell people back home about Poland, they always ask, aren't they so cold? They never smile. And look, I get it. You know, the resting Polish face is real. It's definitely a thing. When I first moved here, I tried to do the Latino thing and I would just walk into Żabka full of energy and be like, Dzień dobry, hola, how are you? How's it going? This is what I would get. And the cashier would just look at me like I had just insulted her whole family. Just karta czy gotówka. So just cash is what they would say only. No emotion, nothing. But here's what tourists don't understand. Poles are not cold. They just have a high entry fee. Latinos, we are like microwave. We give you instant hit, instant friendship. Oh, we met 5 minutes ago. You're literally my brother right now. You come to my house tomorrow. Poles are like a Kaflowy Piec, which basically Polish means an old school tile stove. It takes like 3 hours of chopping wood, a lot of patience, and surviving a Polish winter to get warm. But once it gets warm, it stays warm forever. Once you break through that shell and a Pole calls you a friend, they will literally hide a body for you. To jest niesamowite. That is amazing. Now, let's talk about the grandmas. If you go to a Latino house, your abuela will not let you leave until you eat your body weight in food. And I'm not kidding, they will not. And if you say, no thank you, I'm full, oh, you need to be careful, cause she will definitely take it as a personal attack on her honor. Now, tell me the Polish Babcia is any different. I went to a Polish house Christmas dinner once a few years ago, and when I tell you that I almost went into a food coma, like for real, I'm not exaggerating. I remember, if you would know anything about Poland during Christmas, they cook around 12 dishes. I'm not kidding, they make 12 different dishes. And it's a lot of eating, like for real. And I was saying like, oh, this is so good. And like me saying this is really good, I feel like it was like a ticket for the Babcia to feed me more food. You know, I was getting so much food, and in my head I was like, you know, I'm Latino, it's very impolite to say no or to not eat. But then I just couldn't. And then she asked me like, do you want anything else? And I was like, no, thank you, I'm like really full. And she was like, perfect, now it's time for dessert. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, this is too much. So if you go to a Polish house and Babcia is cooking, just get ready to eat a lot of food. You will eat so much, and they are so nice. Like, I remember I went back home literally with like a shopping bag, like the ones that you use to do your groceries, like the big ones, the ones like almost like an IKEA bag, full of different Tupperwares from Babcia that she put a lot of food for me. She didn't even know me, like she just had met me that day, and she was so nice, and I had food for like a week or something. It's aggressive hospitality. You know, same energy, different continent. Comida es amor, no importa el idioma. But here is the final proof. Passion. We Latinos are known for telenovelas, right? The crying, the shouting, the drama. And that is a huge stereotype in Europe, and especially in Poland. Whenever you say Latino, it's like, oh, you're so dramatic. But Poles, they do the same thing. But they put their passion into narzekanie. Basically, complaining. And I'm not kidding, trust me. If you want to bond with a Latino, you dance with them, you drink, you go out for food. But in Poland, if you want to bond with a Pole, you look at the gray sky and you say, "O Boże, ale pogoda dzisiaj masakra," which basically means, oh my God, the weather today sucks. And instantly, you are best friends. It's a beautiful, passionate release of energy, to be honest. That is their version of a Shakespearean tragedy. They will start complaining about the government, the prices in Biedronka, the traffic on the streets. That is their version of Latino drama. It's poetic. So that's my thesis. Poles are just Latinos who have been stuck in the gray weather for too long. We have the same heart, the same crazy grandmas, and the same chaotic energy, to be honest. But I want to hear from you, Polish listeners. Do you accept this title? And expats, am I crazy or do you see it too? So let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of you. Now, check my Instagram for the ugly sandals and stay tuned for the Thailand vlogs. Muchas gracias por escuchar. Shemai sheshe guys, and stay warm. Don't let the rzadka cashiers intimidate you. Nos vemos la próxima semana. Cześć, do widzenia.